Well, look, he's one of the world's biggest stars, but to Michael Buble, fame and fortune are completely worthless compared to the health of his family. Recently, Michael and his family have been to hell and back as he nursed his young son Noah back to health after a serious battle with liver cancer. In a remarkably candid interview, Michael's opened up about the challenges his family has faced and how he almost ended his career.
It sucked, and it still sucks, because what we went through was the, capital T-H-E, the worst possible thing that you could hear as a parent and as maybe a human being. Much rather would have been me. I wish that, many times I wish that it had been. You know, it's impossible. Look, there were a million times that my wife and I were just, you know, surviving, struggling to survive and to breathe and more times than people could understand, some days when we wished we didn't wake up. When we did, we felt the love of those people. We knew they were praying for us. We knew that there was goodness out there. It gave us faith in humanity, to be really blunt. It was just massive. When I fall in love, it will be forever.
The album is called Love. Well, the meme, what do you call it?
Heart emoji.
The heart emoji, sorry.
Yeah.
Heart emoji.
Someone's genius idea.
No, I'm sure it was your idea, wasn't it?
It wasn't my idea.
Take the credit, man.
Thank you.
Take the credit.
Thank you.
Take two. Whose idea was it, Michael?
It was my idea, Richard.
Yeah, of course.
All of it!
You're more synonymous with Christmas than Santa, I think.
Yeah, you're asking me if I could have somehow envisioned this thing happening? And
yeah.
My answer is absolutely. Absolutely, Richard. I knew my love of that holiday and that music was so real and so pure and authentic. I remember very early on in interviews, they would say, "So you've made a Christmas record?" And I would say, "No, no, no, I've made the Christmas record."
Very few artists now sell the volume of records that you do. I mean, that's a reality, isn't it?
I don't know.
You do know.
I really don't know.
Oh, stop.
Richard, I don't know.
You do know.
I don't care. Like, I don't even, you know, man, when when we got the diagnosis, I remember sitting in one of the hospital rooms, and I remember how clear things became to me. And part of that clarity was I promised myself that I never wanted ego or the narcissistic part of whatever this business that we're in is. I couldn't stomach it anymore. I knew that that life was too short and that I couldn't possibly digest any more of it. And so when I tell you that I don't know, I know nothing. And the reason I know that I never ever again did social media after that day, in that minute that I found out, I knew I would never go back. I knew that I would never look at myself ever again in print. I would never see myself in an interview. I would never read. It's over. I think that ignorance has become the greatest bliss for me, that I could never have imagined that I could be this free and this happy. I want to be a good dad, you know, good family dude who happens to love making music. But even before this happened for our family and my boy, I had really lost my way. And I'd lost the joy, and I had forgotten why I loved this in the first place. And I had started to let the ego and the false self into this, to myself, and I just wasn't enjoying it. And so, even though this is rotten, what happened, that perspective has changed my life in the biggest way.
Wow. Wow.
That was an amazing experience to sit opposite Michael. I've, as you know, interviewed him many times and met him many times and hung out a lot of times. But to see him raw and real and just not mincing his words.
What a powerful message.
I'll tell you what, I said to him, I wish every artist could hear this, and he said, I wish every artist could feel the way I feel.
It's genuine. I mean, he's talking the truth. And it's in his eyes, the trauma and what he's been through.
And it's still so very real, which, you know, for any parent who has had a child go through an illness such as he has, the impact is lifelong, and you can see that.
Well, you're only as happy as your child's saddest day,
course.
aren't you? You know, and Michael's and Lusana, his beautiful wife, been to hell and back, and hopefully that's all behind them now. You know, he's in recovery, little Noah, and it's great. But Michael is a true inspiration. He is, of course, in the country to close Allianz Stadium in Sydney tomorrow night, which will be quite the occasion. The rain forecast is pretty dire, so I'm not quite sure what they've got up their sleeve. But Michael's new album, Love, is out on the 16th of next month, and there's a lot of that stuff in him and for him. And boy, that was really powerful.
Oh, and just beg our indulgence at home. Can I just say this to you? He spoke to you, and he revealed all that to you because of your relationship over many, many years. And I know you felt that very keenly when he went through all those hardships with his boy. I remember you talking to me off the air, and to feel that, to see that message come across in an interview is really rare.
Yeah, he's an incredible guy, a great talent, but a beautiful man.
Yeah.
I love him very much.
I mean, if only he could sing. If only he could sing and entertain.
And if only he was handsome.
I know,
That's
right?
the other.
I mean, he's just a rubbish-looking fella.
It's a really lovely chat, Dickie.
Thank you.